The Edifier TWS1 Pro is praised left and right for giving you an amazing sound quality for 50 bucks. And that, I can confirm, is legit. Easily, this got into my top 5 best sounding earbuds of 2021. It's a very well tuned, very fun sounding V-shaped sound that would please a lot of people. But it comes with its own set of problems, which we'll go through one by one in detail in this video. But in all honesty, none of those gripes I would say is that big of a deal, so the point of this video is I just wanted to prepare you so you know what to expect when you actually get the TWS1 Pro. So, not taking any more of your time, let's get started right now. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here and welcome to my review of the Edifier TWS1 Pro. Now if you know me, I always give you my own honest opinion, but you can check out the full disclosure down in the description below as well as affiliate links. You just have to click through it every time you want to buy something and I'll get a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much for your support and let's get started with one of the most important upgrades, the sound quality. Now, I left my old Edifier TWS1 in China, so I can't compare the upgrade directly. But I remember it has similar qualities to the Sabbath E12, which means this TWS1 Pro brings a huge upgrade when it comes to detail, clarity, separation. This might be the best execution of Edifier style V-shaped sound signature. It's not overly done, I would say it's still quite balanced in a way, but the V-shape is a V-shape. The bass is very punchy and the trebles are the kind that never holds back. This is even brighter than any Feel earbuds that I've recommended. But let's compare this now with some real songs, and I'm first going with Dolphin by Oh My Girl. Now this is a mostly beat-driven K-pop song, not that hard or complicated, but still, if I could describe the sound of the TWS1 Pro in one word, it would be clean. The hefty boost in the upper mid to treble frequency makes female vocals sound very forward and defined. Everything has a clear sense of space and separation. You can hear the little nuances and details with very little effort. This song is a ton of fun. Compared to the Soundpeats True Engine 3 SE, I think the difference is very clear. The Soundpeats gives you a warmer, relatively more muted vocals, while Edifier brings the clarity up to the max. It's very bright, almost to the point of being piercing here, but I think if you love it, you know you'll love it. The S and T's are not sibilant, it's really the satisfying kind of pierce. And surprisingly enough, it's got a kind of bass impact that's just as powerful as the Soundpeats 2, which is interesting because generally bass is more of a Soundpeats thing. But I love me some good clarity as much as a good bass response, and if the Edifier could give me both at the same time, well, I just can't say no. Now, comparing this song to the Feel T1 Lite is another different story, since they have kind of a similar sound signature, both being on the brighter, more treble-focused side of the spectrum. I think they're pretty neck and neck, with Edifier being slightly brighter, but ultimately they sound about the same in the song. So it's time to return to my classic rock metal song, Enter Sandman by Metallica. Immediately, I can hear a clear difference between the two. On one side, the Feel T1 Lite tries to keep things balanced and natural. No instrument is overpowering one or the other. The vocals are just as loud as the guitars and the drums. And on the other hand, the Edifier pushes the bass and treble up a lot, making the vocals sound kind of left behind in between the bright and loud cymbal crashes, as well as strong distorted guitars along with bass guitars chugging on the low end. But don't mistake me, both the Edifier and the Feel sounds awesome. They have the same amount of detail, sound staging, you name it. We're talking about the best sound this price has to offer here. And it's the same story for other genres like Rolling Star by Yui, for example, a J-rock song, classic. It sounds so dynamic, the bass is strong and detailed, the vocals are clear, the separation is clean. EDM and hip-hop songs are super fun too, unlike other treble-focused earbuds that usually are on the lighter side when it comes to bass, like the Sabbath E16. In short, I really enjoyed my time listening to the Edifier as well as the Feel and the Soundpeats. So like I've always said, Now you have the options, you pick the sound you like best. The only thing that you should be aware of with the Edifier TWS1 Pro is the sharp and sometimes piercing highs. So for example, Hello by Joy here, everything sounds quite bright and I find the highs to be quite fatiguing even when listening at half volume. So if you want to avoid that sound, then get the Feel T1 Lite. It gives you a similar treble focus sound but to a less extreme extent. And then at the warmer side, if you want more bass and like less of the harsh trebles, then Soundpiece 203 SE is the way to go. I'll put the chart I've made up on the screen again if you want to know more about the other options. I highly recommend you watch my top 5 best sounding true wireless earbuds video. I'll put the link down below, and of course I've made full reviews for all of these earbuds, so go check it out if you are making that final decision. And that's the end of the sound quality part. Hopefully you get a good idea of how this sounds now. And if you appreciated the video so far, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I have a lot of new releases coming, including the Sony XM4s that got pushed back until September. But anyway, I'll let you know when I got it on my Twitter and Instagram, so follow me there to not miss the latest update. But enough of that, let's talk about the next most important aspect, the build quality and features. Now this is where I have a lot of minor complaints, mostly due to the fact that this uses the same exact design as the OG TWS1. Yes, the case is now upgraded with USB-C and it's got a matte finish instead of glossy back then, but it still feels really cheap. I place it even lower than the cheaper Feel T1 Lite here, and the lid is the worst offender here. It closes annoyingly easily, even if you tilt it a little bit or use a silicone case due to this connection part. And also, as far as LED indicator for the battery inside, there's only like one red LED that blinks when the case is low on charge. So yeah, I mean, for something that cost 40 to 50 bucks in 2021, at least, you know, put a color-coded LED so I know green, orange, red. Anyway, function-wise, I still appreciate the relatively compact size while having the same exact 500 mAh battery as the much bigger Soundpeats case here. And let me tell you, the battery here lasts very long. Like, it can probably go up to 2 weeks without the need of plugging it in. And that's thanks to the QCC3040 chip upgrade to the earbud that brings better efficiency, and paired that with a big 60 mAh battery, this lasted well beyond 12 hours at 50% volume, no problem. Alright, so Kenneth from the future here. Just wanted to do a quick update on the battery testing of the Edifier TWS1 Pro. This didn't make it to the script because I was testing the battery while riding. Anyway, I've done this twice and it is repeatable. In my unit, I found that the other side, maybe the battery is effective on this one, but it always dies faster than the other one. It always happens around this 50% mark. So that's one thing to note. Maybe again, it's only my unit, but anyway, it lasted for a good 12 hours. I've been testing since 0000 or 0020 there. So yeah, about 12 hours, 11-12, but otherwise still really strong battery life, no complaints whatsoever. But it's just weird seeing one die way sooner than the other here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get back to the video right now. And this goes loud too, as loud as the Feel T1 Lite that I just recently said. It's literally the loudest earbuds I've reviewed so far. So if you're gonna be listening for longer, you'll probably put it between 30 to 40% and get more battery life. So it's actually at that overkill territory now. You can find the details in my Twitter. I'm testing with my iPhone here, so expect the numbers to decrease by about 20% when you're using aptX or aptX Adaptive. That's the same for every true wireless earbuds out there. And speaking of which, this does not support AAC. I've confirmed that on my Android phone as well as my laptop. I don't usually care about this, but I kind of assume that every earbuds come with SBC and AAC by standard. So the absence here really caught me off guard, especially since the chip supports it. And to that one person whom I've said the TWS1 Pro supports AAC, I am sorry, I was wrong. But seriously though, do not worry about codecs. Don't go away because this does not support AAC. I use it with my iPhone all the time. Tuning and driver quality is still king, and you can bet this still sounds amazing even on SBC. Okay, Talking about the other aspects of the earbuds now, as far as fit is concerned, they're pretty good. They never fall or loosen up unexpectedly. It's just when you raise your eyebrow or grin, then it will open up slightly. And that's because the earbuds is just supported by the ear tips, and they opted to use a rounded rectangle shaped ear tips here that grips better but create a more sucked in feeling than the more traditional dome shaped ones. So that's one thing to note, but the earbuds are IP65 rated, so don't worry about sweats and light water splashes. Overall, it's awesome. So now let's move on to the controls, and as you can see here, the basics are covered except for voice assistant, which has been absent for, I guess, as long as the company exists, which is a shame. But it's a minor issue since you can control volume now by just holding either side, which is quite intuitive and easy to use. I find making both small and big changes easy. I just think having some beeps as an indicator for every volume increase would be nice, but hey, I'm nitpicking here. The touch sensor is responsive. Accidental touches don't come often because there's a clear boundary between the touch sensor and the side part where you grab it. So overall, it's a good experience. Speaking of experience, there's no app support here, no fancy ANC or transparency mode, just the basic, very well-tuned earbuds. But when the media is not playing, the blue LED down here on each earbuds will alternately blink. Not as annoying as the Soundpeat Sonic, but you definitely notice it in a dark room. But my question mark goes to the earbuds that don't automatically go to pairing mode when you disconnect from a device. So if you want to pair to another device, you turn off Bluetooth on your first phone, you hold the touch sensor for a couple seconds, a voice prompt will tell you it's in pairing mode, and then you can pair it to another device. I don't know, the only one I've seen that does this is the One More Piston Buds. So yeah, why not automatic, like disconnect and then automatically go to pairing mode? Then what could be the most annoying thing to me personally is it's possible to place the earbuds in the case where the charging pins don't meet. And what will happen is I put the case somewhere, I go away and realize a second later that my phone is still connected to one of these earbuds. So I have to go back, reposition the earbuds, make sure it's off, and then I can finally go on with my day. I might be the only one here, but I never had this problem, so to say, with any of my other earbuds. I think it's because the cutout inside the case is not too strict, there's some leeway there, and the contact pins on the earbuds are recessed inside. So it's possible to twist it a bit up and the earbuds will stay put in the case but not turning off and charging. So be careful when placing the earbuds into the case, make sure they're off, make sure they're charging, the red LED will light up. You don't want to find this a day or two later with a dead battery, that would be frustrating. One last thing for me, be careful when buying these on the marketplace because some sellers give you the Chinese version with Mandarin voice prompts like what I have here. I'm personally fine with it, there's nothing much going on here anyway, it's just they're saying power on, pairing, connected, but in Chinese. Just double check with the seller first and make sure you're buying the international version. So that's pretty much everything that I have to say. Now let's check out the latency test and the microphone test.
Before we jump into the main differences, these buds are pretty much the exact same as the True Air 2. So you have the same sound quality, same battery life, same microphone, same fit, same design, sort of. So if you want to get the main idea of this earbud, I'll link my original review down below, as well as my SoundPeaks ranked video.
Alright, welcome to the microphone test, everyone. Right now you're listening to the Edifier TWS1 Pro. Let's identify which mic is being used right now. And we are currently recording in an indoor setting where nothing is going on right now. The room is completely silent, and this is the best result that you can get from the microphone of the Edifiers. Now let's go outside and we'll see how well this isolates my own voice when there are other distractions such as the street noise. Let's check it out. Okay, so now we are outdoors with the Edifier TWS1 Pro. Let me know what you think of the sound quality. This is how this record goes outside with the traffic noise. Okay, so let's just compare this a little bit to the AirPods Pro and let's see how it goes. Alright, so now we are on the AirPods Pro. Again, same situation as before. What do you think of the sound quality? Can you hear the background noise cancelled a little bit more? And my voice, sounding a bit clearer? Let me know down in the comments below and we'll finish the video right now. In conclusion, the build quality and a number of small issues I mentioned may make this feel like a cheaper product. But once you wear them and put on some music, I think you'll know where all that money went. The tuning and the driver quality is top notch, and my time listening to the Edifier TWS1 Pro was a really fun time. And I think a lot of people will enjoy the sound here as well. So that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'll try to reply as much as I can. Don't forget to use the affiliate links down below. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't, and thank you so much for watching. I'm Kenneth, and I'll see you in the next one.